How big a deal is it when Buddy's rocking and rolling like he was in Greensboro? Well, you know what? The numbers don't lie. Check out these offensive numbers from Buddy Boeheim in wins versus losses. Now, keep in mind, Buddy Boeheim was first team All-ACC tournament last week. 18.4 a game in W's, 14.9 in L's. Three-point shooting, man, lights out. 20-point games, he's had 7 of them. I thought he was going to go for 40 against NC State last week, but nevertheless, he is in a good rhythm, and that's great news for Syracuse as they get ready to jump on San Diego State, which will be a really entertaining game, 6 versus an 11 seed. And I mentioned that Buddy joined us yesterday after the program, and we asked him point blank, you know what? This one's going to be a little bit different for you, isn't it?
Yeah, no doubt. Just everything we went through this season, quarantines, ups and downs, no fans. It's been a long year. It's definitely been tough, but I'm just proud of our guys for persevering through it. And it's nice being a player at this. It's a lot of fun and something we're all excited about. And I'm just thankful to be here.
Buddy, is it true that you negotiated with the folks in Indianapolis to bring the rims from Greensboro? Because I don't think I saw you hit it. Listen, every time you took a shot in Greensboro, it went in. I'm like, dude, this guy is in the zone. That had to feel good.
Yeah, I don't know about all the Boeheims, but I certainly like Greensboro, and I miss it already. I can't speak for my dad, but I definitely miss it. I liked it. The weather was good. It was a good city. The Chick-fil-A was right next to our hotel, so I enjoyed it. And we might have to buy a house out there or something for the summer.
Love it.
Okay, there we go. Nice. Hey, I've been thinking about this when I knew you were coming on the show, and given some of the stories you've told us in the past about guys coming to the house and playing ball, and then if you lose, you got to go in, change the game, stuff like that. I can only imagine the shenanigans you're designing in a hotel for 2 days where everybody's got to stay in their room. So what kind of pranks have you been pulling on your old man in Indianapolis for a couple days?
Man, I wish we could do a little more and have do some more stuff. But in the past, I would knock on his door and run away or something and mess with him, or I'll take his Chick-fil-A sauce or his food when he gets it, stuff like that. But it's been a little different this trip. We've kind of just been we joke around. We like to text here and there. We'll talk or whatever. And I know he misses going out, so I'll mess with him and joke with him about the food here and how he misses going out to eat. But nothing much as I'd like to. And during the season, it's all business with him. But once the season ends, we'll definitely mess with him a little at the house.
But I want to go back to Sunday and the selection process. And again, everybody had kind of found a position. Here's why Syracuse is in. Here's why Syracuse is out. You've been down this road a gazillion times. So now all of a sudden, it's time to unveil the field of 68. When you saw Michigan State in the first 4 as an 11 seed, did you get a sense of, oh no, we might not be in? Just curious.
Yeah, no, definitely. I felt the air leave the room a couple times. Wichita State, in a playing game, got us a little nervous to start off with, and then we saw, Virginia Tech as a 10 seed, Georgia Tech as a 9 seed, just winning the ACC tournament, and we were like, man, maybe they're not, showing a lot of love to the ACC schools this year, and we were definitely nervous, and we knew we were going to be in around an 11 seed, so we saw Michigan State in a playing game, and we thought they were squarely in, but we just, stayed patient and hoped for our time to come, and once it did, it was a sigh of relief, and we were all just very excited to get playing.
All right, so now you get to the event, you get San Diego State, and there are a lot of people starting to believe in the double-digit Cuse magic again. So how do you guys approach it? What's the number one thing you got to keep in mind going into this event, Buddy, to be successful?
Just keep taking it one day at a time. Practicing and staying focused at all times. We know San Diego State's a really tough opponent. They're a great defensive team. They have great shooters, 49% shooters, and Mitchell inside, he's really good. He can shoot outside and score inside. So it's going to be a battle. We know each game is as tough as it gets. It's going to be a dogfight. We're just excited to be here. We know that these are the best teams in college basketball. They all deserve to be here, and anything can happen. So we're just looking forward to playing. We know you can make shots one game, miss shots. You got to control what you can control and play as hard as you can, and just know that every game from here on out is going to be a war.
Buddy, I know San Diego State's won 14 in a row, so they're smoking hot, but I don't think there's any question that you guys are playing your best basketball of the season. And it started even before the ACC tournament when you knocked off North Carolina and Clemson in a span of basically 3 days. And then you really kind of destroyed NC State in a game you had to win. And you had Virginia in all kinds of trouble. So I get a sense that the mindset of your team, forget San Diego State, is, hey, guess what? We're good enough to be in the tournament. We are, check, and we're playing our best basketball right now.
Yeah, no doubt. After the ACC tournament, I felt really good about making the tournament and being able to make a run. I think our team is playing really good, just all around. We're moving better on offense. We're improving on defense. We did a really good job against Carolina and Clemson on the defensive end to finish the season. And those were two teams that beat us prior to that. So to be able to win both of those games, gave us a sign that we're still in this. We're far from dead, and we're going to do what we can in the ACC tournament. We played 2 great games, got to the last shot against Virginia, the best team in our conference. So we're feeling really good right now. We know we can beat anyone in this field, and if we make shots, we're even more dangerous. So we're just getting in the rhythm. We're shooting better. Everyone's stepping up. Our bench has done a great job just giving us production, whether it's Rob Braswell, Jesse Edwards, Kadari Richmond. They've all contributed in the last stretch of games. So we're feeling really confident. We know the zone can be dangerous, and it's tough when teams don't see it throughout the season. So we're really excited, and we know we're a dangerous team.
All right, buddy, here's my last thought. And I've said this throughout the week. You've seen enough NCAA tournament games. I've seen enough NCAA tournament games. You talk about making shots. Sometimes that's easier said than done in this event. Teams start out in that first round game and they'll throw a 4 for 23 up to start the ball game or something like that. As Pac said, you didn't miss the rim in Greensboro. I mean, everything was going through clean. So what do you have to do when you get in these buildings to acclimate yourself to kind of keep that rhythm or momentum going?
Just, do what you do all season. Start, with form shooting to get warm, whatever it is. We practiced at Hinkle yesterday. It's a great arena. I really like it. I think, it's definitely a shooter's gym, and just taking it one play at a time, not overthinking anything. You're going to miss shots. It's the NCAA tournament. You're playing a really good defensive team. You might not start off how you want to, but it's just about everything you put in throughout the season and continuing to shoot, whether you make one or miss 2 in a row. Just keep shooting because your teammates believe in you, and just not putting any extra pressure on yourself. It's obviously the biggest tournament of the year, and you want to play good, but if you think about that, it's going to affect your game and affect how you play. So we're just going in with an open mindset like we did the last stretch of games, which is just going out there and playing. Whatever happens, happens. If, we play as hard as we can, get good shots, help each other out, then, it's going to benefit us, and it's going to be tough to beat us in the end.
Buddy, my last question for you is this. You're a great shooter, and you're in the zone. You go to Hinkle, which is a great old building, right? I mean, again, you lit it up in Greensboro. I'm sure you walked into Hinkle, and it just feels like basketball, even when you walk in before you even take the first shot. So you'll feel right at home there. But does it give you and your team an advantage when you move forward and all of a sudden you're playing in a football stadium that, hey, you know what? We play in the Carrier Dome. We're used to depth perception like that. From a shooter's perspective, which you are, does that not come into an advantage for you and your team moving forward perhaps to the next round?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, shooting in the dome and against teams, you can tell mentally that they're thinking about it a little more when they're taking shots. The depth perception definitely you get used to shooting in there every day. You get very used to it. So I think as a team, we're prepared for it. It's going to feel like the Dome, and we're going to have fans in there. And I think it's harder to play in an arena like that with no fans, which we did the whole season. And when it's empty and quiet in this huge arena, it feels even more weird. So to have fans now, and we're so used to it that I think it's going to help us a lot. And I think it's definitely going to give us an advantage. We expect teams to shoot well no matter what, and we're prepared for that. But I think it's going to mentally affect teams here and there a little bit more than they would expect. So it's definitely, I think, an advantage for us, and I think we'll be prepared to play in those type of gyms.
Hey, you love the game. You've seen the movie, right? You saw Hoosiers, didn't you? You watched that movie, right?
I've never watched that. Everyone gets on me about it. My dad's told me to watch it like 30 times. I just never have. I've watched every other movie besides that. I know, it's bad.
Hey, you know what? Hey, buddy, you don't need to see it. You know what? When the way you're shooting, who's got time for no stinking movies? So you're in there to win some games.
Yep. But I'll definitely
Can't believe
get
it.
on that, Brett. I know, it's bad.
Dude.
It's bad.
You're Jimmy Chitwood. Come on, you're Jimmy Chitwood.
But he has no idea who
Come on,
that
you're
is.
Jimmy Chitwood. You got to see the movie.
I've heard those references and seen tweets like that. I don't know what it means. So
Yeah, who are these guys? Yeah, does he play for San Diego State? If he does it, I don't have time for no stinking Chitwood, right?
Exactly.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Well, we wish you the best, man. Stay healthy. Always a pleasure having you on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.